Have you ever felt something shift deep inside you, sudden, subtle, almost invisible, like the universe itself was trying to wake up your consciousness? That moment when everything around you looks the same, yet nothing feels the same. A chill down your spine for no reason, a tightness in your chest that appears out of nowhere, a thought that doesn't feel like it came from you, a strange flicker in your perception, as if the world briefly revealed a layer you weren't meant to see.
These are not accidents. These are not coincidences. These are the first cracks in the illusion, the first vibrations of a spiritual awakening rising through the quantum field and calling your attention in ways your mind can no longer ignore. Maybe you've kept these experiences to yourself because you didn't know how to explain them. Maybe you've convinced yourself it was stress or imagination. But deep down, a part of you knows there's something more, something hidden beneath the noise of daily life, a deeper sensitivity, a sharper intuition, a pull that feels ancient and familiar. Your subconscious mind has been whispering to you for years, waiting for the moment when your awareness would finally be high enough to hear it clearly. And now, you're hearing it. Your thoughts are shifting in frequency. Your perception is widening in ways you can't describe. Your body is reacting with sensations that don't match your old logic because you're no longer aligned with your old reality. The quantum field around you is changing, and whether you've noticed it or not, it's reorganizing everything to push you toward an expansion you can't outrun. That's why you've seen vivid dreams lately, the kind that feel more like messages than imagination. Why synchronicities and impossible coincidences have become more frequent. Why random people show up exactly when you need them. Why certain numbers follow you around like a secret code. Why you've started sensing emotions before they happen. Why conversations feel deeper. Why silence feels louder. None of that is random. None of that is normal. None of that is small. The universe is trying to wake you up. You are not tired. You are shifting. You are not anxious. You are vibrating. You are not lost. You are remembering. That subtle discomfort you've been feeling isn't a problem. It's the beginning. It's your consciousness pushing through the walls you built to survive a life that was too small for who you were meant to become. Right now, your frequency is rising to meet something bigger than your old self, something buried beneath layers of conditioning, fear, and routine. And that rise can feel like pressure, confusion, restlessness, but it's only the doorway opening. It's the moment before the breakthrough. It's the exact point where your soul refuses to play small anymore. Today, you're going to understand what your body has been trying to tell you, what your subconscious mind has been holding back, and why the hidden reality behind this reality is finally surfacing. You're about to step into the space where consciousness shapes matter, where emotion changes frequency, where intention rewrites your field, and where spiritual awakening stops being a metaphor and becomes the physics of who you truly are. This video, shocking, awakening symptoms. The universe is forcing you to see, did not find you by accident. There is a reason you're here, right now, in this moment, where your inner world is starting to expand faster than your old one can contain. And from this point on, I, channel name, specialist in quantum consciousness and vibrational transformation, will guide you deep into the quantum field of your own mind. Stay with me, because what comes next will make you question everything and choose evolution. Before we continue, subscribe now, activate the notification bell, and leave a comment saying, "I'm ready," if you're willing to wake up for real, because what's about to be revealed is only the beginning of something far greater. It often begins in the most ordinary moment possible, when nothing on the outside suggests that your entire inner world is about to shift. Imagine someone who has lived the same routine for years, waking up before sunrise, driving the same roads, answering the same emails, coming home exhausted, repeating the pattern every single day. No time to feel, no space to notice, no silence to hear the subtle movements of the subconscious mind. And then, suddenly, something breaks through. Not loudly, but unmistakably. It starts with a night of unexplained insomnia, not the kind caused by stress or overthinking, but a quiet internal vibration that keeps the body alert, as if a signal were pulsing from deep within the quantum field of consciousness. The next morning, the world looks the same, but feels different. Colors seem slightly more intense. Sounds linger a little longer. A déjà vu hits in the middle of a conversation, and for a split second reality bends, revealing a glimpse of something the conscious mind can't quite grasp. These are awakening symptoms, the universe forcing you to see what you've ignored for far too long. Days pass, and the sensations become stronger. A subtle energy rises through the spine like a current of spiritual vibration, trying to break through an invisible barrier. Certain people feel distant without explanation. Certain thoughts feel louder. Certain moments feel scripted, as if the universe were guiding every step. What once felt like coincidence now feels like precision. What once felt like routine now feels like a message. The subconscious mind, silent for years, begins to speak again through intuition, synchronicity, and an increasing sensitivity to frequency. One person described it perfectly. It felt like something inside me was stretching, as if I was outgrowing a version of myself I didn't even realize I had become. That is the moment when the hidden reality beneath ordinary life begins to surface. The quantum consciousness starts to wake up. The veil thins, and every cell of the body responds. You think you're just tired. You think you're just overwhelmed. You think something is wrong. But the truth is far more powerful. Something enormous is about to change. Your perception is widening. Your vibration is rising. The universe isn't asking for permission. It's opening a door you didn't know existed. And that's why this channel exists. Because when these symptoms begin, most people feel alone. They question themselves, doubt their experiences, dismiss their own inner knowing. But the moment you hear someone describe exactly what you've been feeling, something inside you relaxes. You realize you're not malfunctioning, you're awakening. And being here, listening to this, is part of that process. If this resonates with you, engage consciously. A like, a comment, a subscription is not just support for the channel. It is an energetic exchange that strengthens the field around everyone who is waking up right now. Communities like this accelerate expansion because they align frequencies. When many people focus on awakening at the same time, the field amplifies. So stay with me as we go deeper. Because this invisible shift happening inside you is only the beginning, and the next steps will change how you understand reality itself. And now I want to ask you something directly. Have you ever felt anything like this? Insomnia without reason, déjà vu, inner vibration, the feeling that something is about to break open? Tell me in the comments. And if you have felt any of that, there's a reason it all seemed so confusing at first. It's not because you're weak or unstable. It's because you were never taught how to read these spiritual signals. From the moment you were a child, the system trained you to ignore them. School, work, society, everything was designed to keep your attention locked on the external. Grades, deadlines, status, productivity. You were rewarded for focusing on what could be measured and punished, ridiculed or dismissed whenever you tried to talk about what you could only feel. They never taught you that your perception is a gateway, that your subconscious mind is constantly in dialogue with the quantum field, or that your emotions and intuition are part of a deeper form of intelligence. Instead, they gave you a script: be logical, be practical, stay busy, stay distracted. You learned to silence your inner voice, to doubt your own energetic sensitivity, to call your experiences just coincidence whenever the universe tried to get your attention. If you're seeing this, click like, show that you're ready to change. But the truth is, the consciousness awakening you're going through now didn't just start this month or this year. It was always there, underneath layers of conditioning. Every time you felt a strange pull, every time something inside you said, "This isn't right," every time your body reacted before your mind understood, that was the hidden reality trying to surface. You were not blind. You were trained to look away. Now, the veil is lifting, slowly at first, then all at once. Modern research on the science of consciousness, quantum field theory, and even neurovibration is beginning to echo what ancient traditions always hinted at, that your mind is not just inside your brain, and your life is not just a sequence of physical events. You are immersed in a field of energy and information that responds to your state of consciousness. Your thoughts, your feelings, your frequency, they are not private. They are interactions with a living universe. This is why, when your awakening really begins, old explanations stop funcionando. What used to be brushed off as random starts to feel precise. You sense patterns behind people you meet. You notice themes repeating in conversations, numbers, symbols, dreams. Part of you feels like you've been lied to, like something essential was hidden from you your whole life. And in certo sentido, foi mesmo. Not out of pure malice, but because a society built on fear and control cannot function if too many people remember who they truly are. That's why spaces like this channel are important.
not as a substitute for your inner authority, but as a mirror that helps you trust it again. When you like, comment, and subscribe here, it's not just about feeding an algorithm. It's about consciously choosing to surround yourself with content, people, and energy that support your expansion instead of shrinking it. It's about telling your own mind, this matters. I'm paying attention now. So stay with me, because in the next part we're going to go deeper into the specific signs that your energy is already changing, and the universe is no longer whispering, but speaking clearly through your body, your emotions, and your reality. And once the veil lifts and you finally allow yourself to see what has always been happening beneath the surface, the universe no longer speaks in whispers. It speaks through sensations, patterns, impulses, and inner movements that you can't rationalize away. These are activation symptoms, the unmistakable signs that your quantum consciousness is shifting and the spiritual awakening has already begun inside you. And it starts subtly, almost gently, before it pushes harder, demanding your attention. The first awakening sign is the inner vibration, a kind of anxiety with no logical cause. It rises in the chest, hums beneath the skin, or pulses at the base of the spine. It can hit you at random moments, driving home, sitting at your desk, lying awake at night. It feels like your energy is rearranging itself, like a dormant frequency is trying to break through. One man described it as a quiet earthquake inside his body, a tremor that felt less like fear and more like expansion pressing against old limits. Spiritual awakening starts just like this. The body moves first, the mind understands later. The second sign is synchronicity, impossible timing, déjà vu, patterns in numbers, repeated symbols. You think of someone and they call. You ask a question silently, and the answer appears on a billboard, in a conversation, in a random video. These are moments when the quantum field aligns your perception with information you're ready to receive. You feel the universe sending you signs, weaving meaning into what once looked like randomness. A woman told me she kept seeing the same sequence of numbers for weeks until she finally acknowledged that it wasn't coincidence. It was communication. The third sign is a deep shift in values. Old habits fall away. People you once tolerated feel energetically heavy. You outgrow environments that no longer match your vibration. You begin to crave truth, depth, alignment. This is your subconscious mind reorganizing your priorities based on your new frequency. It's not you being distant. It's you becoming honest. When your consciousness expands, anything that belongs to your old self naturally dissolves. The fourth sign appears in dreams and visions. Nights become strangely vivid. You wake up remembering symbols, places, messages that feel purposeful. Sometimes you wake with a sensation in your chest or an idea you can't ignore. This is the hidden reality communicating through the only channel your resistance can't block, the subconscious. People often wish their dreams made more sense, but dreams don't speak in logic. They speak in vibration, energy, and archetypes. And the fifth awakening sign is perhaps the strongest, the sense of urgency, the feeling that you're meant for something you can't yet explain. A mission, a direction, a pull. You wake up with a quiet knowing that your life is about to change. You don't know how or why, but you feel it in your bones. This is the first sign your consciousness is starting to awaken fully. It's the call to step into a version of yourself you haven't met yet, but can already feel forming. All of these signs are part of the same unfolding. They are not accidents. They are evidence that something bigger is moving through you right now. And as these symptoms intensify, your perception sharpens and your energy aligns with a deeper truth about who you are becoming. If any of these signs resonate with you, don't ignore them. Acknowledge what your consciousness is trying to show you, and share this video with someone who needs to see this. The universe may be trying to wake both of you up at the same time. You've come this far, felt each shift in your vibration, recognized the patterns, and watched the hidden layers of your perception slowly rearrange themselves. You've seen the signs. You've sensed the movement in your energy field, and a part of you already knows that nothing about this moment is accidental. This is the threshold where your consciousness begins to separate from everything that once kept you asleep. And now the question becomes unavoidable. Will you wait for life to force you into awakening, or will you finally take command of your consciousness and step through the portal that has been opening in front of you? Because the truth is, awakening consciousness is not a passive event. It's a choice. A moment of clarity where you stop pretending you're the same person you were before the universe started shaking your inner world.
And what makes this moment even more powerful is understanding that it's not just about your personal transformation. It never was. Something much bigger is happening. You are not simply awakening for yourself. You are awakening because the quantum field is reorganizing, and your shift in frequency becomes part of a larger wave that affects everyone around you. When your perception expands, the energy around you expands. When you step into a higher level of awareness, you become a transmitter of that frequency. Whether you realize it or not, the universe is trying to wake you up now because you are meant to influence the field, not just observe it. There's a point in every spiritual awakening when the old self can no longer survive inside the new vibration. You begin to sense the reality occulta behind every interaction. You notice how thoughts rise from the subconscious mind before turning into decisions. You witness how energy responds to intention with almost mathematical precision. And if you've reached this point, you're already feeling the quantum shift inside your body, the subtle pressure, the inner pull, the awareness that something is aligning you with a version of yourself you haven't fully met yet. It's not imagination. It's not coincidence. It's the expansion of consciousness beginning to anchor itself. This portal you're standing in front of is not external. It's inside you. It opens every time you choose awareness over autopilot, intuition over fear, presence over distraction. And every time you do, the field responds. You were taught your whole life to believe you were small, isolated, powerless. But the moment you step into this new perception, you see how untrue that always was. You realize that the universe has been communicating with you through vibration, frequency, and synchronicity because you are part of it, not separate from it. And now that you see this, you can't unsee it. The awakening has already begun. The energy is already rising. The perception is already shifting. The only thing left is your choice, to move forward consciously or to hesitate while the universe keeps trying to pull you from the inside out. And if you're listening to this right now, if your heart is beating a little faster, if your mind feels wider, if your chest feels warmer, it's because something in you is already stepping into that next state. Something bigger is happening, and it's happening through you. And this is only the beginning of what you're about to discover. In the next video, we'll explore a truth that has been hidden from you your entire life. Science hid this from you. Your consciousness creates everything. You do not want to miss what we're going to reveal. Before you move to the next step, leave your energy here. Type yes in the comments if you're ready for this hidden truth. And make sure you're subscribed. Turn on notifications and open your mind for what comes next. If this video sparked something in you, that first flicker of expanded consciousness, then honor that feeling. Click the like button now, subscribe so you don't miss the next videos that will take you even deeper, and share this with at least one person who's still asleep and needs to wake up. Leave your comment below and tell me, which of the 5 signs resonated with you the most? Let's activate this community and rise together. I'll see you in the next video. Get ready because science is about to reveal what truly creates reality.